My name is Matt Taylor, but you already know that. What you may not know is that it is my destiny to become the #1 vlogger on YouTube. Watching another 3-hour Raw, which was an hour and 15 minutes delayed, again, because we live in Canada. What the hell, WWE? Well, it's not WWE's fault, it's the score's fault. Like, come on. How hard is it to, get an actual live version of Raw? It's live everywhere else in the world, but not in Canada? Come on. But it's another 3-hour Raw, and it is 11:13 right now, which means there's about an hour and 5 minutes left on Raw, and still no Zack Ryder. Still no Zack Ryder. I think he's not going to show. According to a friend of mine, he said on NoDQ.com, well, he doesn't write it, he just told me that on NoDQ.com, they said that Zack Ryder had a dark match before Raw, which means he didn't get on TV, and it wasn't even recorded for Superstars. And they call tonight Power to the People. If it was really Power to the People, Zack Ryder would be champion. He would have at least had a match. He would have won the match. But no, of course not. And they proved that it doesn't matter what the fans vote for. Eve, Kelly, or Beth Phoenix to challenge Brie Bella for the Divas title? Come on. And Kelly gets picked, obviously. She's the only one that has a push going on right now in the Divas division, which is sickening, as usual. Kane and Mark Henry, 3 choices were a body slam match, which should have won, an arm wrestling match, and over the top rope challenge. The fans would have never picked an arm wrestling match. They would have picked an over the top rope match or a body slam match. And this one here proves exactly it proves exactly that WWE had all these things pre-picked. Evan Bourne versus either Jack Swagger, like we saw last night at the pay-per-view, Mason Ryan, who had no business in that match anyway, or Sin Cara, which everybody would have picked. It's Sin Cara and Evan Bourne, 2 of the biggest high flyers in WWE right now. And they put Mason Ryan. The match on right now, triple threat #1 contenders match for the WWE title. CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio, and Rey Mysterio. Del Rio won last night. Punk won last night against Mysterio. And yet Mysterio is still in the #1 contenders match? In a triple threat match, there is no disqualification to begin with. But the 3 things they had to choose from in this was a no disqualification match, which makes no sense at all, a Falls Count Anywhere match, or a submission match. There's no DQ to begin with. So why would that even be an option? So then they decided to make it a Falls Count Anywhere match. Are you serious? Seriously? No, forget the seriously thing. Really? Really? There was 2 good things so far on Raw, though. The opening thing was CM Punk, and he came out and pulled a perfect Jericho thing. I'm going to sit in this ring until you name me #1 contender, blah, blah, blah. And then the general manager sent an email, and then Punk pulled off the whole, just read it, like Jericho did that one time. And then the general manager said, leave the ring, blah, blah, blah. And Punk said, no, know what? I'm just going to do Snow Angels until you name me number one contender. And started doing Snow Angels in the middle of the ring. That was priceless. The second thing was an awesome segment on Raw as well. R-Truth came out and started another Little Jimmy rant, which is awesome. Then Christian came out and talked about how he was screwed, which is true. Then The Miz came out and pulled off the whole classic, really? Really? And then he did a whole, Riley, which Christian responded to. No. He said Randy to Christian because Christian lost Randy Orton. And then Christian said Riley to Miz, and they kept going back and forth. And then all of a sudden, yes! CM Punk is number one contender! Yes! Sorry, but yeah, anyway. Then R-Truth just popped in and said, and just yelled out, Jimmy! And the whole Little Jimmy thing. Yes! Punk is number one contender. Maybe this means he is re-signing his contract. So that's awesome. But anyway. No Zack Ryder on 2 3-hour Raws in a row. I don't think he's going to appear on this. I hope he does within the next hour before it's over. But, like, if he doesn't, WWE is run by morons. And this no disqualification option in a triple threat match, I'm going to ask somebody right now if WWE is run by idiots. And if I should become a writer for WWE. Mr. Kruger, do you agree with me that WWE is run by morons? I thank you for your time, Mr. Kruger. See, even Freddy Krueger agrees with me. Punk is talking.
July 17th, 2011 will be the most historic day, not only in the career of CM Punk.
He better win.
It's going to be a historic day.
It's in Chicago.
WWE as a whole.
But anyway, until next time, like me on Facebook,
July 17th,
follow me on Twitter,
the second
and as always,
Money in the Bank
peace
Ladder
out.
Match pay-per-view. It's tonight.